All right, welcome everyone. We're Semblance of Sanity. I'm Caleb.
I'm Jacob.
And we're here for Great Pretender, episode 22.
Penultimate episode.
Uh-huh.
Okay.
Yeah.
What do we got?
We
what
got
are you doing?
Edamura setting something up with some phone calls. We've got Abby being able to tell, oh, y'all ain't ready. He's going to do something unpredictable.
Yep. And I gotta say, that's exciting because one, like, you know, okay, yeah, we've had this whole plan that's been masterfully set up and all that stuff, but we now know the plan. So, you know, hey,
What's
this
the
is
only thing that's unknown right now?
right. What's the only thing that's unknown? You know, like previously it's the things are kept exciting because we're not fully informed, right? Now
We're fully-ish informed.
fully informed except for maybe a very critical part where we don't know, and that's regarding the main character and what they're going to decide. So, awesome.
Yeah, I'm very excited for this episode because while we're going to see everything enact within the two groups, the two mafia setups here, the Chinese and the Japanese ones, we're also very much set up with characters that need to be positioned in this setup when everything's going to go down badly without having them, you know, die. So like this could get really violent really quickly. And yet if they're going to position themselves there, knowing that they plan to betray each other and all that.
Right, like if that whole place is going to explode, either like
Why are they-
ideally
Yeah.
you'd want to not be there and somehow
Exactly.
figure out the way to have the money be, you know, in your safe possession
Oh,
somewhere else.
right. And the idea of having the money being elsewhere is probably easy to do, but then having yourselves be given some kind of assurances that you don't get killed while doing all this.
Well, that's where I kind of feel like the thing that they'd almost want to do is make sure that the two different heads of the organizations do kill each other. Because,
Right, but they're going to be sitting right next to each other, you know, like
No, absolutely.
Yeah.
But just as the way so that like at the very least, if they don't end up killing each other, that they think it's the other person that screwed them over.
Right.
But if they also take the money that they were going to, you know, that they prepped or whatever, then like that'll be. I feel like you don't want them to bond over we both got fucked by these people. Let's unite and go, you know, flay them alive. You know, right? That'd be bad.
Yeah, for sure. But all right, y'all, without further ado, let's get into this. So quiet. Wow. Oh, fun.
What do we got?
Framing these two against each other. I love that. Cool. Not gonna take one, is he?
Yeah, you've already decided.
Yeah.
Oh,
Whoa,
habits
okay,
by
then
heart.
he's still there. He's still there.
yep.
Fun.
Okay.
这戒指的解毒血清呢？
罗兰那小子说我太粗心，让放他。
Oh.
Fun.
所以，我们趁现在
哈哈哈。
来一杯吧。
Oh shit.
How?
No
wait,
way. Is Laura already like
I mean,
連中は夜型ですから。また豆
that is a very big check.
口に合うかどうか。実を言うとな、今までコーヒーが苦手だった。だが、お前の入れるものはうまい。好きになってきた。
Made with care.
本物は買わないんですか？
Oh.
ああ。生き物は死ぬからな。
Yeah. I want you to take over after. Yep. Here we go.
静かに暮らしたい。
Okay, Yoshikage Kira.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
いてくれないか。気にするな。
His hesitation. Damn, it's like she just confessed to
Yeah.
him. Yeah.
Well,
And he didn't say yes immediately, so
and I don't get the feeling that she's the kind of person to joke often.
no. No.
道が混んでおりますので、近道でお送りいたします。
All right.
I'm looking for anything out of the ordinary, you know?
I mean, I feel like there's already like 7 things.
Yeah.
緊張してきた。
Whoa.
があってよかったね。
Whoa, okay.
All right.
ちゃんとやるかな。きっと何かやらかすで。
With that much money on the line, though, they'll just gun you all down, though.
言えば昨日電話したけどいつものつまらない冗談は出な
Oh, he talked to Cynthia.
セキュリティ上ボディチェックをさせていただきます。
Okay.
需要搜一下身，随便你们。
Gotcha. So if they get them without their weapons, then
中身だ。
証券の類です。会社を譲るってことですかね。
どうぞこちらへ。
Oh, yeah, the cat. Oh, okay.
这里面只让我们3个人进去。
And the doors, yeah. Perfect.
好久没有来拜会您了。
Wow.
现在
Wow.
都是电子交易，
okay.
这么多现金证券真是费时费力呀。不过还好，我已经按照您的要求。
さあ受け取れ。
还劳烦您确认一下。
The amount is way lower, yeah. Oh, I guess it's in dollars, so
Yeah, it
no,
might be
no,
in
no,
dollars,
that's
yeah.
actually correct then, yeah.
誠、どういうことだ。
罗兰，怎么回事？
Oh, there it is, yeah, yeah.
我们中计了，先看看情况。
これは小切手だな。証拠として押収だ。そこのケースも押収してくれ。
タイミングが良すぎる。
Yeah.
So they're both going to be suspecting the other side.
罗兰，
お前の部下が警察の犬だったわけか。
Nice.
説明してやれよ。
你小子给我记住，我绝对不会。你还是先担心你自己吧。
Yeah.
你
Yeah.
干什么？毒，我中毒了！混蛋，罗兰，看我怎么收拾你啊！朱雀明美、神妙にお縄につけ。
その汚い手を離せ。
Wow.
使える
Whoa.
限り。
Holy shit.
Oh, fuck.
おい、偽警察。こっちの銃は本物だ。無駄な抵抗はやめろ。
Whoa. Holy shit. What?
Oh, yeah. Okay.
ここには来なかったがサムとコールマンがよろしくだそうだ。
Oh.
お前、
ちょっと。誠、これは何なんだ。
あいつらがなんで生きてる？
こいつらは国際的な詐欺集団です。
オズ？
Whoa.
Okay.
枝豆。
Yeah.
あとは会長の好きなようになさってください。
What?
やっと勝てた。金髪クソ野郎に。
That's
いつまでこんな茶番を演じる？
茶番だ。
Oh
お前
shit.
がどんなに本気で
And then he killed.
うるせえ。倒れた母さんの面倒を俺が一人で見てたんだ。お前が臭い飯を食ってる間、どんなに楽しかったと思う。わからねえだろ。母さんは一人で墓の中、ドロシーはみんなで仇討ち。
Fuck yeah.
って一匹狼なんだろ。まずはあの世でドロシーに詫びろ。
Fuck.
が緩くてごめんなさいってな。その後ドロシー連れて母さんに許しを請え。
枝豆、もう気が済んだろ。
済むわけねえべ。ローラン、おめえは所詮人さ騙して喜ん。
Yo.
いつも説明なしで巻き込みやがって。もうおめえらには振り回されねえ。
たとえ茶番でも君の本心が聞けてよかった。だが今の君はそうなんていうか。ああ、どう見てもしくじってる。
You get sloppy.
Holy shit.
誠。
Okay.
どうしてエレベーターが動いてないんだ？他の社員がなぜいない？
Wait. all of them are out, but nobody else. Wait.
That's kind of fantastic. And they're gone.
You bought it. You bought it all.
Yeah.
Wow. Oh my god! Wait!
That's great.
Wait!
これはなんだ
Oh, no way.
あったか
危ないんじゃ
The kill switch for the chair. What? Wait, what?
Huh?
It was all a ridiculous set.
Huh? What?
What the fuck? All right, this is
Okay.
a funny way to go out with the bang here.
This is interesting because
Yeah.
I was loving a lot of the episode,
Oh yeah.
and then there was like that last like 3 to 5 minutes where I was just like, huh?
Right,
And-
because I got the idea of Edamura pulling a I care more about you fucking assholes getting yours than actually like getting any of this
Right.
going a certain way.
Yeah, and
I bought that.
I bought that, and the thing is, and there's
and I also buy it as an act too, just enough. Like
sure,
because
I
it's
mean,
cathartic probably to do it as an act.
well, right, and this is where I feel like some of the stuff gets a bit tough whenever you're dealing with like the true long con stuff where like
Sure,
even
sure.
the audience is conned.
Yes,
Is that
yes.
if it goes to this degree, putting aside all practical applications
Yes.
of we brought you to a different like an island with a fake skyscraper and all
There's
of that
a
stuff.
runway, a helipad that you all land at actually.
All the establishing shots of showing like them waiting in the car and the other people around, that very much looks like a downtown city or whatever.
Yeah, I don't care about that stuff for bamboozling us. I just have plot hole issues with the idea of like,
Right.
So they got out of their plane and went to the place here.
Right,
Where's
like if
the
it's,
runway?
If it's both
Where's the
helicopters,
helipad?
okay. Yeah, you have a helipad at the top. Okay, it was more detail at the top than the bottom. But you're saying that they didn't like look out the window the entire helicopter trip and
You're
see
saying-
like this isn't Japan,
You're saying
or,
that when they
or
walked
wherever.
out of their private jet, that they didn't look around and go, yes.
Right. Now, granted, they were translators on both sides, so they absolutely can control the narrative and
Oh
stuff.
yes, right.
And-
I 100% love that there.
Yes.
But there's so many other ways they could have done the Ocean's 11 style. You're actually at the other building switcheroo thing,
Right.
That works way better than this.
Yeah. Well, and on top of that, so okay, the pure zany just haha we got you at the end. This show absolutely could do something like
Yeah.
that
And we expected
If-
it to.
if and have it work for me.
Yeah.
If we kept the tone of the earlier arcs, maybe amped up the zaniness a little bit, because there's definitely some aspects of that, right? Where there's the convenience and just sort of go with it. Okay.
Right.
But once you bring in, all right, now we're going to be dealing with real mafias and child trafficking and the main character getting so roped
Okay.
into it as a result of, then it's like,
But
so you're going to, in the same arc, then have this as the ending
sure,
for it,
tonally
right?
it's
Like,
a bit different, but I don't think that really matters like that much because you still just have a bad plot. Like
no, totally. No.
That's one thing to get like what? But like
no, right. But what I'm trying
like,
to say is that
just
yes,
doesn't
no,
work.
it's bad plot. But the thing is that there are ways in which you can make bad plot stuff work if you get the tone right.
I don't
you know?
think the previous arcs had any real bad plot to them. This one had multiple scaffolds on scaffolds that it's like
Right,
we
and
literally made the joke that the House of Cards fell apart at the end.
Right.
Like we even had like multiple jokes of like, you guys are running out of ideas at this point. Like,
and even serious like characterization stuff that's been very engaging and things of not even talking about the,
like we can't even trust that.
Yeah, like the stuff of Edamura talking with his dad and everything and getting pissed at him.
Because it's supposed to be, yes, that's real, but it's also fake. You
Right,
know?
and
Like,
it's like,
both.
okay, but like where's the... Huh? Like it feels like...
It's so non-committal that
right.
it becomes
feels
funny. Like,
yeah, it feels like it goes beyond the, hey, we're not showing you the whole picture, or even showing you things that didn't even exist with like them waiting and making it seem like they're in a city when they're actually like very much not or something.
well, there's a reason for that. And that's that they sent their boys, and I think this is actually important there. That shot is more to drum the connection that they did actually have their men go to the floor underneath the building where they thought this was taking place. So they're all there waiting underneath the floor to do the job, and there's nobody there.
No, right. But when they showed them, I'm pretty sure when they showed them like in the van, with like the SWAT uniforms and stuff, that it was like street level. You could see like other people in different areas.
They're in the parking garage. Nope, they're in the parking garage.
Oh, okay, maybe.
Yeah, I can show that part here. That was a spot entirely encased within the building. Let me find it here. Yeah. No. They're all. They're in the parking garage, right?
That looks like.
Oh, you think it looks like the outside of a building?
Yeah, even putting that aside, there were a lot of like outside shots. Yes, the whole like shortcut thing. Hey, that's cool. I like that. You set something up this much. Yes, you don't have to have Edamura be the only one on the inside, like helping guide things and whatnot. Mm-hmm. But like, I feel like the character things that I was being set up to actually be invested in. Mm-hmm. It's those weren't actually happening, and so then as a result, okay, you get this twist. But even if I somehow buy the plot twist, which I don't, but even if I did, what does that leave me with, right?
Yeah.
As far as this arc,
we just reset everything.
It feels like
we just skipped an episode, basically.
Like very close to that level of like, and the whole thing was a dream, right? Because
it's pretty close, yeah. Yeah. Part of the reason why we love plot twists specifically is because it's so fun to see when you go back and watch everything, all the foreshadowing that established this stuff to begin with.
Right.
Now, usually the laziness of heist stories is that they show that after the twist has happened, and that all those things that were meant to be like, foreshadowing, kind of were like, there was like 10 seconds longer added onto all those scenes where there was actually something there.
Yeah.
So they always keep the foreshadowing like behind the veil.
You can do, like theoretically, or sorry.
But the point is that they're kind of there to say, hey, when you watch these kinds of capers or these crime, mystery, thriller kind of stories and stuff, you're going to have the moment where everything goes, aha, gotcha. And that there you can almost more from a meta level expect it to happen. Thus, you read way too much into things that aren't even really foreshadowing. They're just weird scenes.
Yeah, it's a red herring, right? Yeah. And so with like, anytime you go into like, we're going to actively misdirect the audience and show them things that are kind of fake because that's what they are supposed to believe right now, and so that's what happens.
Right, because we're also following the perspective of the antagonists.
Well, right. Like there are ways in which
it's tough to find the middle ground.
Yeah, there are ways in which that can work, but it's a dangerous game. One of the ways in which in big media situations where it did work for me was in Glass Onion when there's the whole thing of who did they give the glass to, right? Yeah. That was like, or whose glass did they take? That's something where they have one thing happen when it first happens, and if you miss it, you might catch it, but you might miss it. And then later, when they have characters remembering that, trying to piece it together, they show you the thing that's fake because that's what the characters remember happening, right? They believe the fake thing, and so that's what you see. But that's still dangerous because then it's basically, because with like, if you can have the narrative do whatever you want, theoretically, given enough space, time, whatever.
Yes, Laurent is Batman. If he has enough prep time, he can make an island in a city because
You're right.
whatever, money
You know,
unlimited and time unlimited. Whatever.
Yeah, exactly. But it's you want to make it so that when the twist happens, you're like, what? And then, yeah, you get the rewatch value of going back through and being able to see it, or to be like if you need an extra hour afterwards to be like, and this is how it all happened, then it's like, okay, that might make it a bit less satisfying.
But you can still make it work if you did have some foreshadowing here. I think the foreshadowing that we had was that Edamura was going to do something.
Yeah.
But for the sake of having something even more than that, they're like, no. We set them all up on this fake island, fake skyscraper island thing with probably a fake airport and a fake city and a fake, all this other stuff there. Which, okay, maybe that's all actually what happened here. But why?
Yeah.
What do you actually gain other than a more controlled environment to do your job in?
Exactly. Where I see that being able to happen is...
Which, if you have that kind of money, do you need that? Now, the one thing I can come up with, personally, is that they knew that there was going to be other people with guns that could come in and just start killing people.
Sure.
So they needed to have an extra layer of the heist thing going wrong in a way that they could control, so that, the people don't come from the floor beneath them with guns and kill everybody.
Yeah, they need to be able to control the environment, control the variables, make it so that the American gangsters that we have with all these assault rifles and stuff can actually get in here and do their thing, and they might not be able to do that if it's in an actual city area. Okay, I buy that, because at the end of the day, it's still a shit ton of money with two mobs. Even if you have them disarmed to a limited extent, there's going to be a firefight, right? You can't really stop that. So have some dramatic excess thing to do it. Okay, I could see Laurent and Oz coming up with that, even since they've had years to plan this and all that stuff. Maybe. But then a lot of other things don't make sense, right? This more feels like it's something that Edamura set up, but they were also a part of, but they also weren't. And then what's the again, the conversations that they had of Edamura's going to do something wild. That implies there was nobody else around other than the audience. There's no reason for them to say that unless they actually believe that. And so if you're going to have all of this happen, that implies that it's Edamura that did it. I don't care how long you spend, how many all-nighters you pull with a laptop. You're not going to make something like this happen.
No.
That's not how it works, right?
No.
So,
So it's the kind of thing where we had actual things that happened off screen, not just with Laurent and Oz and Shiwon Kim and Cynthia and Abby and all.
There's a whole other show that happened.
There's a whole other bit of scenes that happened with Edamura, and the show has kind of given us the amount of good faith that basically Edamura had agency and he did something here, was that he had 2 phone calls that were hinted at as being left up in the air as to what those were.
Yeah.
Those don't seem like enough to have him then set up the means by which they then go to this area rather than anywhere else. Every single NPC that's off screen that would be needed in order to set up all of this in terms of the helicopter pilot, all this other stuff here. Those are all just Laurent's people. It gets into the realm of magic. It gets into the realm of,
and not even,
it was all a dream.
Not even Now You See Me or whatever, the Hollywood movie where
I
the
hate
people with
that.
them. I know. No, but it's worse than that, right? It's
Well,
not.
I think those movies are. I don't like those movies.
No. I get you. This is This isn't magic tricks. This is D&D magic.
Well, no. I want to say that we shouldn't sully Great Pretender that badly. Now You See Me has no explanation. I will give this show 1 episode to.
It has 1 episode.
That's what I'm saying. To give me a pretty cool explanation.
Well, and
because I think there's not any that I can think of. Well, but I will give it that 1 episode.
And even if you come up with an explanation that could somehow make this seem like it makes some semblance of sense on a practical level, even if there's a lot of hey, this is a caper and it's wild and all that stuff, let's go with it. People are going to jump out of skyscrapers with parachutes, right?
Yeah.
you still need to have it be satisfying, right?
Right, and that's
so-
why I say I give it one more episode, but I don't think they're going to be capable of doing that. So that's
yeah.
why I don't want to sully them with a thing that I've seen the entirety of, and I know it was at the very least not. It did not work for me. I want to see. I want to see Edamura be the best part of the next episode. Personally, I think that he deserves it at this point.
Yeah.
Because fuck, man, that bamboozle question mark with regards to having them either pull off the twist without his knowledge, and then they just take his body and they take him to intensive care, and they have a medical team specifically prepped to basically
Sure.
take care of people and all that, and they've got a big boat that they already got away on and all that. Cool, that's awesome. But I want the character moment specifically for Edamura to react to all this happening,
Sure.
get it explained to him, have them kind of have the moment of either one of like two real ways I think they can go, and then there's a bunch of sub routes. Is the we knew you were going to pull some shit, we had no idea what it was going to be, but you know, Oz, Abby, everyone had a talk, and they were like, we don't know what you're going to do. And that was the informing way for us to then realize we kind of fucked you, not just in the standpoint of setting this all thing up, but we couldn't tell you anything about this part here because it was a genuine thing there. But then if they do that, then that comes even more to the idea that Edamura had the potential to notice all the con stuff.
Yeah.
Not notice it.
Right. There's so if you keep the character stuff, which I liked the character stuff.
I like the character
I
stuff
like the
too.
character stuff. Then that takes away the agency and competency of
Edamura.
But
if
it
we go
also but I'm not even finished.
Okay.
But even with that, how did Salazar or whatever get there with his men when they're
he
at
was
a
a
complete...
part of the whole thing.
No, but that was something that Edamura specifically brought. Like when they showed up, it was this is my play. Right? So how the fuck did they get to a bogus location and a bogus skyscraper that's obviously bogus if you take a second to look at it, right?
Just geographically, this place doesn't exist, you know?
No, right, yeah, exactly. So it's like how...
So it's the whole thing of...
I feel like Edamura has to have been on the whole time.
No. So the way they can pull that off is the oh, yeah, you called so-and-so and you called... the guy here, Casino or something.
Casino, yeah.
Oh, yeah, we knew
guy.
about that. And we got him in on the whole thing. So
right, yeah, we managed to bug your phone or something.
We bugged your place. We bugged your phone. It was easy. Like that's I think easily solved. But I want to go to the other way they do this, which is Edamura was in on this. This was all an act. So what he ended up doing was he ended up scaring them because it's wait, Edamura, you're committing a bit too hard to the bit. And what it is that Edamura tried to play the thing, but then he snapped in the middle of being undercover, and he got that laugh. And that's when everyone was like, wait, actually,
and that
hold on.
that was actually genuine. And
that was genuine. And it's the thing where Edamura is being ripped apart at the seams. You can still have the character stuff there. But then you basically have so then they actually slash him in a way that was not was real, and
there's going to be a lot of blood, but it's not going to kill him, you know. And we found out that he contacted Casino, and we contacted Casino, and
that's all part of the that's all part of the thing. But what it is then is we had all of these conversations to set up with him because we couldn't improv this.
Right.
We set all that up, and he's improving off of all of what we're doing. Or we had conversations that happen just off screen because we want to fool the audience. And I don't like, personally, the idea that, I hope they don't do this, but there's 5-6 scenes that happened off screen where we saw the beginning of it. I posited this idea of when his dad came over, there was some scene that was just removed for the audience's sake. Heist movies, stories, you gotta stop doing that. It's lazy. Just show us because only oh man.
Because the thing is that the conflict that we were getting, even if it was fake, it it working or not was contingent upon whether or not we believed it, bought into it, and were invested in it.
I mean,
And so if you get us to that point to then be like, psych, that isn't actually any of what was going on, you're actively working against yourself.
Right. So it's that's the point, is that we're now finally at the end thing there where we pulled off all the ridiculous stops for the sake of bamboozling you and me, basically.
Yeah.
And now they get an episode to kind of, drink and laugh about it. Hey, you know what? If you can pull off Edamura's character stuff in the next episode, again, why I want him to be the biggest part of the next episode, they can pull that off.
Yeah, right. That's the way that
they can salvage it enough.
Right, because then we're still getting the thing that we were promised of,
Yes.
hey, this is going to be a way that Edamura is going to be fully taken apart and then
or changed at the very least.
changed, whatever, right? And that's the capitulation. That's why it's the final arc. It's not just because it's Laurent, he was the mysterious mentor.
Right, because I want to know what was going through his head in the moment where he laughed and snapped there. Because I could absolutely see Edamura being like, oh, cool. Now I do my part. I do my thing. They left enough space for me to do this. Right? In the same way that Laurent had his moment where he poisoned the guy. That happened. It's the, okay, now Edamura, you do your part here. Oh my gosh, it's such a surprise here. And Edamura's giving like some kind of body language signals that he's like, he's moving people into specific ways.
Right, getting the situation where you can see the check's there, the the briefcase is there.
Move all that stuff. That's him non-verbally telling them, I'm in on this. I'm gonna need you all to act with me. And it's gonna be really tough because I'm really pissed right now.
Sure.
I need a little bit of venting here. And then they kind of have the moment of where they're like, fuck, Edamura.
This is
going on a bit long.
Yeah, right.
This is this is a bit much. And it's them kind of being like, shit, he has a blade. He is actually slowly piercing my vest right now with the katana, the little blade here.
Oh yeah.
Edamura, we need you to wake up. Either way we see this, you're screwing up. And I like the potential of where that goes character-wise for all three of the main guys in this involved, but there's no fucking way they can combine that with all this bullshit. So, all right, y'all.
And then on top of that,
that's all I have to say.
There's just that whole thing of like, Edamura going along with the child trafficking and stuff.
Well, no. They actually did bamboozle him. That's the part that they need to pay the piper for, is that you did screw up my life. That's why I say it doesn't, this is so stupid as far as like a twist for the sake of a twist. Even though I can see some functional reasons as to why you'd want to change maybe their idea as to the parameters of the deal itself, having it be this exact way just feels like, okay, you're asking a lot for my suspension of disbelief as the audience goes. There are ways in which the show has done that, and it's worked enough for me, even though I'm like, yeah, we're moving on to the next caper, so I don't really care to think too much about that.
Exactly.
But this one is the end of the show. Like, I mean, maybe there was supposed to be a season 2 and it just never came. But like,
and also we spent substantially more time on this arc than the other ones.
Yes, we did.
So not only from the meta angle of it's the final arc, so okay, we want to be as and it's been built up to and all that stuff, but we did spend a lot of time on it. Yeah. So like, yeah. But
okay, y'all, thank you so much for watching this episode's reaction and discussion.
It definitely surprised us.
Yeah, it did. If you want to see the next episode's reaction and discussion right now, though, go check out the link in the description below for our Patreon. You get on early access there. You can watch full-length timer reactions there, and all this comes with Discord access, so you can chat with us in the community there about this show, about anime in general. And also be sure to check out our Twitch channel, so if any of that interests you, we'll see it there. But until then, we're Semblance of Sanity. I'm Caleb.
I'm Jacob.
And we'll see you all next time.